Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. Today we are tackling AI automation, but we're going to skip the technical jargon entirely. Literally zero buzzwords today, I promise. If you are totally exhausted by hearing all these crazy tech terms without actually understanding how they apply to your real day-to-day workflow, well, you are absolutely in the right place. We're going to break down how this technology actually fits into the work we do every single day.
Okay, let's dive into this. Section 1. The everyday grind. We're going to completely bypass the theoretical preamble here and just jump straight into the weeds of running a small business.
So imagine this completely relatable scenario. Someone emails your business asking about pricing. Honestly, managing these incredibly repetitive inquiries in your inbox is just a massive, massive pain point, right? It completely interrupts your workflow and forces you to literally stop everything just to type out an answer that you've probably sent, 100 times before. It is the absolute definition of a routine grind.
And of course, the daily grind doesn't just stop at the inbox. Think about expense tracking. Just the manual data entry and that endless, annoying paper trail. But what if the entire process was just snapping a quick photo of a receipt and boom, immediately the expense is tracked? That completely painful, tedious administrative chore gets reduced to one simple, lightning-fast action.
Section 2. The Big Shift. Now let's slow things down for a second and pivot away from those specific examples so we can look at the actual meaning behind them.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how it addresses that underlying anxiety we all feel about being completely replaced by technology. One of the absolute key takeaways from our source material is this: it is not about replacing the person. The fundamental truth happening in both that pricing email and the receipt tracking example is that the human being is still entirely central to the whole operation.
Instead of replacing you, the true goal here is literally just removing the repetitive part. That administrative grunt work, copy-pasting a pricing tier over and over, or typing in a date from an incredibly faded coffee receipt. When you eliminate that repetition, you are definitely not eliminating the worker. You're really just removing the robotic actions from their plate.
So, the crucial point is that the person steps in when real judgment is actually needed. This is where human nuance remains completely, absolutely essential. Algorithms don't have human empathy, they don't have broader context, and they sure can't do creative problem solving like we can. Once all that mindless repetition is out of the way, you are finally freed up to apply your own unique judgment to the complex problems that genuinely require a real person's touch.
Section 3. The Golden Rule. Let's zoom out to the overarching philosophy here. I want to introduce a really simple, memorable mental model that you can use the very next time you hear the term AI automation thrown around.
And this brilliantly illustrates the ultimate division of labor. It goes like this: rules handle the routine, and AI handles the judgment. Routine tasks, like logging that receipt, they're bound by super strict, predictable rules. But for nuanced, complex data processing, that is where advanced AI steps in to parse that unstructured information, essentially teeing up the final decision perfectly for a human being. It creates this highly efficient workflow where each tool is used exactly for what it's best at.
So what does this all mean for you? Well, it leaves us with a pretty provocative question. Look at your own daily tasks. Where does your business actually need human judgment? And where does it just need rules? I really want to challenge you to view your own workday through this exact framework. Figure out what belongs to the rules and what belongs to you. Keep questioning, keep learning, and hey, thanks so much for joining me for this explainer today. Catch you next time.